Hi, I'm Dave Johnson, Editor-in-Chief of TechWalla. One of the things that the Jetsons never predicted was drones. And if you think about it, it's amazing how much they have evolved and improved in just a few years. Case in point, the DJI Phantom 4. It takes phenomenal video, and it basically does the work that would have required renting a helicopter and a Steadicam just a few years ago. Let's put this one together. We're ready to fly. So first things first, this is a cinematic drone. That means that it's really designed to shoot video. If all you want to do is fly it around like a model helicopter, there are much less expensive drones out there for you. But you get everything you need in the box for about $1,400. That includes a 4K camera that's mounted on a 3-axis gimbal, which means you can pivot it around independent of whatever the drone happens to be doing. That's something that costs extra in a drone like the 3DR Solo. Let's get to the good stuff. Flying this drone is a joy. It has automatic takeoff and landing at the touch of a button and a slew of intelligent flight modes. That means you're not going to have to fly this thing by wildly mashing the joysticks by the seat of your pants. Instead, a feature like Tap to Fly means that you simply tap the screen where you want the drone to go, and it literally just goes there. You can also set up waypoints and have it follow a specific path. All you do is you fly it manually where you want to go using the joysticks, and you record that position. Fly somewhere else, record that second position, and so on. And then when you tell it to go, it'll fly that exact same path, smoothing out all the turns along the way. My favorite new feature is something called Auto Track. All you have to do is see something that the drone is looking at and select it, like a bike or someone riding an Irby electric scooter, and it'll follow until you tell it to stop. You can even orbit around the subject using the joysticks. This is a really cool feature, but it sometimes doesn't always work. You're either too close or too far away and it can't get a good lock. And I'm okay with that because it's a little eerie how many different pieces of Skynet seem to be falling into place with this particular drone. I have to mention a feature that changes everything: collision avoidance. I've already lost 2 drones to trees, so this feature is super important to me. Sensors in the front of the drone keep it from colliding with anything in its flight path. Now, it's still possible for the drone to hit something from the side or the back, so you do have to be careful. And you can disable the collision avoidance, and that lets you increase the drone speed from 25 miles an hour up to a heart-stopping 45 miles an hour. But I don't recommend you do that. Collision avoidance is your friend. Now, if you're new to drones, or if you've flown simpler ones in the past, there's a little bit of a learning curve here. For example, there are some switches that need to be in the right places in order to fly the drone, and occasionally you have to calibrate the drone's compass, which means doing this little dance with the drone. And the software, while simple enough once you understand it, is initially pretty daunting. Both myself and TechWalla contributor Rick Broida were baffled by the software when we first tried flying the drone. And there's an on-screen tutorial, but it really only kind of makes things worse. It just really shouldn't be that confusing. In fact, DJI could learn something from a drone like the 3DR Solo that has just a really elegant and easy to understand user interface. But once you get past those hiccups, the Phantom 4 is definitely the drone to beat.